Setting my intention with love and light, inspiring divine beauty and clear insight, to love ourselves with a heart so pure, so that we navigate in life so that love endures, shining our light so graciously, auspiciously, authentically, setting this intention, and it shall be. As above, so below, it is so, no doubt. What's up? What's up? Peace, light, and love. What's going on, y'all? It is Leo season. I'm sitting up here getting my groove on with this Lizzo groove. Put some yitty on your titty, baby. This right here is really, really tapping us right into this whole energetic vibration of the Leo expression, no doubt about it. Now, Leo, it rules the fifth house. So we speaking to anybody that got a fifth house. That's everybody, baby. The fifth house is your house of creativity. This is the house where your childlike energy is at, right? Because this where the children at. Sexual pleasure, love affairs, baby. This is that auspicious tap, baby. This is the energy of having fun, good times and everything. Leo's the energy of sovereignty, baby. Creative rulership out here in these particular streets. You make no mistake about it. And you get a side eye to those folks that's going out there talking about Leo's is doing too much. They dramatic. They overdoing it and all of that shit. I give a side eye to the haters out here in these particular streets. Didn't y'all know that Leo's is supposed to shine out here? This is what the fuck we came here to do. You know that Leo is ruled by the sun, my loves. The sun is all about shining. And baby, we go shine our light. You don't like that shit? You get you some sunglasses. You find a tree. Get up under some shade and everything. Put a hat on, why don't you? Huh? Because the sun is going to shine whether you like it or not. And so with that, when you got a Leo in your corner, baby, I would encourage you to go ahead and just make space for them, because this is what they do. They shine their light, and they gonna celebrate you, baby. When you shine in your light, you can put money on that. And so right now we got that sun. It's at home. It's at home, reminding you about this majestic embodiment we tapping into. See, the sun is about us examining. It inspires us to really examine how we shine in our light out here, how we dealing with our sovereignty, right? Are we respecting the majesty within ourselves? Because this is our opportunity. See, this right here, this is the cosmic reset for you to be able to get that light, baby, when the sun comes home, no doubt. But right now, the sun and the moon is both at home. So we go dance, baby. We go put some yitty on our titties out here in these particular streets. Because Cancer is ruling that, no doubt. And right now, we at that Cancer moon, the balsamic moon, the waning crescent moon. And this is bringing an element of wisdom, baby. See, when we tapping into this particular energy, baby, oh, we go get this work. What makes it more impactful, because see, we got a lot of power energy. See, this is the second new moon that Cancer done came up by, right? With this particular energy, this reflective energy that we dealing with. Now we got Jupiter showing up in there, assisting us in really getting this work. Now that moon, it encourages us to embrace. See, this is receptive energy. This is about us taking it all in. How we feel. See, how we feel, this is really going to get us in check about all of this shit about us not shining our light, us not making sure we ain't doing too much, because we don't want to offend folks out here in these particular streets, right? See, this is about us embracing how we feel. Like when we ain't shining our light, those times when we dim it, let's embrace that right now, right? Because there's a powerful lesson in that. Embracing the times when we held back on how we truly felt, so that we can make somebody else, another person, sovereign in our lives. How about that? See, we embrace these lessons that we learn. In doing that, and how this made us feel. See, this taught us a valuable lesson, baby. A valuable lesson. dimming that light out here in these particular streets. What's the man? Come on, y'all. Shining bright. But I need you to understand, see, this is a lesson we all get. It ain't just for just certain folks, individuals that set aside. See, we all get this valuable lesson. See, this is teaching us the importance on honoring ourselves, right? And see, this assists from Jupiter, getting us expansive on all of this and everything, really getting us in tune with our feelings so that we got sufficient growth and wisdom. So when we moving forward, baby, we doing that. This is all about us going back, checking in on those times where we overgave and it was unreciprocated. For the support that we gave out here in these streets that was not returned back to us. For the love that we demonstrated that was not appreciated. Oh, we embrace that emotional lesson. But see, when we operating from a pure heart, baby, when we operate from a pure heart, we can forgive ourselves for not showing up. See, this is the lesson that we need to grow. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. And you know what? I almost forgot about something before I talk about this here, Peacock. See, this the disease, dis-ease of cancer, right? See, cancer rules over the emotions, the emotional state. And the dis-ease of cancer, right? This shows up when there's emotional feelings of like deep resentment, when there's repressed emotions, right? When you're feeling like hopeless and everything. And so we getting some extra support here because, you know, we got Lilith that's over there in Scorpio, that black moon Lilith in Scorpio, right? See, this is a placement right here where you've been in this space of shame. This is, you've been told, you know what I'm saying? Because see, Lilith deals with the shame. You understand what I'm saying? And see, that shame of being too deep, of being too sexual, being too intense, obsessive, all of that particular foolishness, right? Because you know the teaching is that your depth, your power, you being true to who you are, that's dangerous territory you win. But Black Moon Lilith comes in to get you to embrace that about yourself. Because that intensity is a gift, baby. It's not a curse. See, this intensity that Black Moon Lilith and Scorpio is bringing us, this has us diving deep. So this Cancer moon is really coming in here, embracing how we feel, knowing that overly nice, excessive flattery, we can check in on how we feel because you know when somebody is just giving you a whole bunch of love bombing and shit like that, right? It feels unnatural, right? It don't sit right. And that goes also for people that lack empathy. Like you kind of know at the end of the day, see, we give folks the benefit of the doubt, right? But see, you notice if they lacking empathy and everything, they showing very little mercy at the end of the day. You understand that that kind of goes across the board. So you got to really make sure that we keeping notes on that. The fake smiles. When people is grinning and everything, you understand that, you know how you smile, and that energy, it shows up in the eyes. You can't fool nobody on what's going on in your eyes. See, because I sit around all the time and I'm grinning, and if I start thinking about some shit that pissed me off, you can see that all in my eyes. And I'm trying to put my best face on. It happens to the best of us. That's what it is. That's why we embracing how we feel, right? Because this is really going to help us in valuing, recognizing the real. See, we got a whole lot of these energies that's coming through, man. Power energies that's coming through. See, if we go really step into this peacock energy, baby, where we shining our light, we shining bright and everything, we got to make sure we tapping into this divine cipher because it's giving us the keys, baby. It's really aiding us in being able to navigate this particular energy with mastery. See, to embrace how we feel. We are aware of all of that shit. And then we got Venus that's in Gemini, and I'm loving this energy right now because we got Venus in Gemini and we got Mars in Virgo. So we got the feminine aspect of our energetic expression, which is Venus, and the masculine aspect of our energetic expression, which is Mars. We have them both ruled by mercurial-led energies. Now, what does this mean we talking? See, Mercury, it rules over our communication, how we think and how we speaking and everything. See, we getting an opportunity to really check in on this particular energy, no doubt about that. And so this Venus and Gemini is really about making sure that we value in duality, respecting what's real out here. See, because we had good days, we had bad days, we up and we down. There's a feral side and there's a tame side within us. We understand that, right? And when we recognize the real, we can really move in an authentic direction and what the vision of our best life looks like. See, this is about value and how we communicate. This is about being the truth in who you are. See, this is what majestic embodiment is all about, right? See, this is when we stepping into our power. We ain't apologizing when shit ain't our fault. We ain't hanging out with people that don't celebrate us. They just merely tolerating us. And we damn sure ain't taking everybody's criticism personally at the end of the day. Because we considering the sources at the end of the day. We ain't out here comparing ourselves to other people and everything. So we don't know, we got to make sure. See, discernment is king. And see, that's what Mars is over here in Virgo about, because see, Virgo is that energy of discernment. Mars encouraging you to take action on discernment. You understand? See, now we are taking action. Not only are we being discernment, see, this is about taking action on how we move, right? Because a routine and a structure to support our well-being, that's going to really benefit us. Who we moving with, how we moving, oh yeah, and taking inventory, baby, because Jupiter is here to assist us in that expansive process, asking us to understand how people, places, things make us feel. We dealing with cosmic check-ins, Saturn and Aries checking in on our impulses right now. See, we go get this work. We go get that shit in order. So you look to where your Aries house is, right? Because this is really about how we showing up as well. This checking in on our impulses. Neptune over here in Aries, checking in on our ways of being. See, we about to shift in how we showing up, how we doing shit out here in these streets, right? Because Neptune, it deals with the dream, our destiny, what we moving towards out here in these streets. And then Pluto's transformational energy, it's opposing this sun right now, right? How we shining our light out here. This is going to give us an opportunity right about now to tighten up out here in these particular streets. And so this is an opportunity for us to tighten up on how we impact this world so that we can do that in a more meaningful way. What a powerful time. And so, of course, that peacock is showing up, reminding you to take on that energy, baby. This divine masculine energy, no doubt about it, shining its light. Now, I know us ladies, we like this peacock symbol and everything, right? But know what it is, no doubt about that. Because, see, we talking in terms, see, gender energy, right? That masculine energy, right, is all expansive. It's about that light shining, no doubt about that. And so that peacock comes through with a powerful message. But I want us to talk a little bit. Because this peacock comes along with a goddess that I rocks with for this particular moon, which is the goddess Oshun. But you know, one of the goddesses, she came through, she said, ho, ho, because we got some energy we got to deal with. And so this is really what definitely helped and guide in this particular whole thing about us embodying that majesty within us. See, Aunt Nancy coming through. And Aunt Nancy comes through, she comes through because this is just really making sure that you understanding about what hater energy look like. See, Aunt Nancy, she come through. This is a African goddess that comes through with the trickster spirit energy. typically showing up like a spider and everything, right? Because spiders like to weave tangled webs and whatnot and what have you, right? Definitely a dream weaver, no doubt, powerful symbol of transformation. But this particular energy right here, this is transformation through, this is trial through fire energy. You understand? Betrayal. And so when this particular goddess, she come through, she's bringing this message to make sure that we check in on these particular shadows, especially when we dealing with this particular energy of betrayal. A lot of us is coming up from some madness now, coming up out of a situation, coming out of the fire. Or maybe you standing right up in the fire. But Aunt Nancy is coming through, bringing this message of betrayal, reminding you about how tainted folks get down. But she want to give you a cosmic check-in, asking you a question about who really betrayed you. Because betrayals from others, it mirrors you betraying yourself. See, this is all about us making sure that we checking in and showing up for ourselves. Because a lot of times, babe, at the end of the day, loves, man, see, this is why we got to make sure we embodying this peacock spirit right here. Because, see, when you showing up, you shining your light, you can't be affected by other outliers around you. See, you're going to let some joker talk you up off of your position, right? Because you on track for a vision and everything. Everybody ain't necessarily seeing it. And so they got a problem with what you putting in and everything. And they want to discourage you from doing what you do because you can't quite see the light at the end of the, well, they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can't quite see it, but you being divinely guided to move forward. And so Aunt Nancy is coming through, reminding you about this particular energy that's coming through, encouraging you to move forward, to show up for yourself in a powerful way. Betrayal is a web that disrupts you. It disrupts every thought you knew. You got to use discernment in your relationships moving forward, my love. Because betrayal, it makes it so difficult for us to trust. But without trust, you got to know that your relationships, they a damn lie. So trust that no matter what happens and no matter how long it takes, you're going to survive and thrive at the end of the day. And so Aunt Nancy comes through asking you a real question about how have you betrayed or abandoned yourself at the end of the day. Because this Cancer moon is bringing the business, baby. See, these waning crescent moons, baby, this is when you getting that wisdom. You go get this work on this balsamic moon, baby. You go check in. Because the declaration that this goddess brings is that she's willing to know the truth. You willing to know the truth? It's time for us to be taking responsibility out here. And Leo season is a powerful time for us to do that. And so the goddess Oshun comes through. Checking in, reminding you, because see, we get caught up in that energy of betrayal. See, Aunt Nancy is letting you know there's always going to be haters. When you're doing something right, you can expect the haters to show up. That's the tax for being great. You understand? Leo energy is supposed to shine. Understand that. Check in with that fifth house. See, the goddess Oshun, she come in bringing that message of fearless love. Declaring that she give love, she receive love, she is love. See, and this is about making sure that you in this space are loving yourself so much. The need to protect yourself is unnecessary from folks. Now we know this spiritual protection, like this is a part of the daily routine, right? This is what we in the business are doing, right? We doing things to support our wellness. We got Mars over there in Virgo. We got that lesson, right? We cool? Okay, all right. But this one right here, we talking about allowing love in. See, when you got your boundaries firm, right? This is what you practicing on your routine. See, this is where the discernment piece kicks in. Firm boundaries, right? Being in Gemini, Mercury being, Venus being in Gemini. It's about us valuing communication, speaking truth, speaking freely. No concern about how that's being received. Because see, folks that's in your corner, they get you. They understand that your heart is right and everything. You ain't got to prove to nobody that you in the right spirit and what it is that you saying and everything. They got you. They understand. They vibe with you. See, this is what true tribe is. They understand that. You don't have to explain. They get who you are. You ain't got to sit around playing no bullshitting ass games with people. See, you ain't looking for whether or not they receptive to it, whether or not they in agreement with it, whether or not they fucking applauding you and shit like that, right? Because see, this is more about alignment, baby. This is how we do majestic embodiment. And being concerned with trends and styles and everything. The sun in Leo is linking us up. This peacock right here is reminding us about shining our light. It's not concerned with trends or styles or none of that stuff. It's more about what makes you feel inspired, baby. And so we got some powerful work we go deal with. I heard chamomile and orange peel. Let's get this work. So what we gonna need for this particular thing, see, this is gonna be some bad work we got going on right here. See, the chamomile, it brings that element of peace, of tranquility, purification. But chamomile is also excellent for the skin. It protects you from premature aging and everything, right? So you ain't looking like the changes that you done been through. You understand? This is going to be a winner for you. And see, this orange peel, right, it brings that vitamin C, it brightens up the skin and everything. And I'm going to work with this a little bit. I'm going to really do some work with it. See, I was doing a little research on it on the internet and everything, right? And so they was talking about orange peel powder, right? Where you take the orange peel and you dry them, right? And then you turn it into a powder and everything. And then you make like the facial scrubs and everything. I said, that sounds like an awesome thing to do. So I'm going to try that. And then I think I might even try it with a little bit of baking soda. I'm going to test it on my arm first, right? Now, let me warn you, too, about that whole baking soda thing, right? Because there's a lot of dermatologists that tell you not to use baking soda. However, I strongly disagree because for me, baking soda does wonders for my skin. I can use that as a facial scrub within itself. And it brightens my skin. It exfoliates it. It makes it look vaginistic. Is that a word? I like that word. But anyway, that's what it is, baby. It definitely does that. But they say for some folks, it could irritate your skin and cause more harm than good. So this is all for you to use your discernment at the end of the day, right? And so you go get that chamomile. That chamomile is a powerful tool to work with and everything. So I keeps me some chamomile on deck, but you can also use the tea bags and everything, right? Now, because we dealing with moon energy and everything, you go definitely want to get you a bath going on. And this is going to be real helpful for you. Now, let's talk about some of these tools that you go need, right? Because see, we already got two things, right? We got the orange pill. Oh, I forgot the spiritual aspects of the orange pill, right? It brings in abundance. It brings joy, protection, cleansing, all of that, right? So you bringing these two together, not only is it going to brighten your skin, brighten up your auric field and everything, right? This is just all around wellness support. I'm liking this a whole lot. So you're going to need the chamomile. You're going to need the orange peel. And you're going to get you some essential oil, right? And you're going to get you a diamond or a clear quartz. Get you a jewelry, the stone, whatever, what have you, baby. You know what I'm saying? And then you go get you a dope ass. No bullshitting, no joking, baby. Your very favorite. Your closet. Don't run down to the store. Shop your closet. Then you got you something like your very best, your absolute very best outfit in yellow or white. You got that? Now, see, this what we finna do with this particular thing, right? We gonna make a bath with that. So we gonna put the orange pills, the chamomile tea, we gonna put that in the bag. We gonna run that water up. Now we go deal with this essential oil. Now here go. Now listen to this combination right here. I got the rose. I got the ylang. I got frankincense and myrrh. These is 4 different essential oils. But each of those 4 essential oils, we're going to put 2 drops in that bath water. We go put 2 of rose. That's the love vibration. We go put 2 of yang lang. That's the joy vibration. We go put 2 of frankincense. That's the peace vibration. And we go put 2 of myrrh. That's the blessings vibration. See, we sleep the myrrh a lot. See, we hear a lot of talk about that frankincense and everything. And please believe me when I tell you, because this is a supportive Leo energy right here, the frankincense, no doubt, right? But this myrrh right here, see, that break generational curses, right? So we ain't gonna keep getting into this cyclical behavior and everything, right? See, because we already know that this planet, it runs, it's in cycles and everything. We move in loops, it's in cycles and circles and everything. Now you get an opportunity on how you go evolve with that, right? You can keep it in a loop and keep everything moving in a circle, or you can ascend and let that loop turn into a spiral. See, that's what ascension looks like. It looks like a spiral. And so this is what we doing with this particular energy. We go allow it to do that. That myrrh is going to support you in making that happen. Because 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, it equals 8. And 8, baby, oh, that's Leo energy, no doubt. It's the strength card in tarot, baby. The strength card in tarot. Oh, I forgot to tell, did you know that 2 was the high priestess card, right? So this is going to really be linking us up with the intuition and all of that. I mean, some powerful energy, right? We go get this work, no doubt. But anyway, the 8, the number is the power, the authority, the abundance and everything. So we definitely tapping into that particular vibration, right? And then in that particular bath right there, we go make the infinity symbol, right? We go take the chamomile tea bath and everything. And we go tell the clear quartz, whatever, what have you. And you're going to make the infinity symbol in your bathtub. We go do that. You do it how many times land in your heart? Do it twice. I like 2 today, but typically my number is 4. So whatever, what have you. Make sure you playing some high vibing music. You know what I just heard too is also the number of discernment, intuition, receptivity, balance, high priestess energy. Play some high vibing music. Put some giddy on your titties, baby. Get with that yellow or white. I'm loving this song, y'all. I am vibing this song. This song is just kicking that shit. You're going to vibe with that. Get you some yellow or some white. Now, look at this bathtub. Now, if you are watching on this YouTube channel, I got the AI to create me a clear quartz crystal bathtub just to have my whole fantasy bath thing. And that's what it gave me. So definitely, if you listening in, check the YouTube picture out, because I'm telling you, it ain't doing no justice. It's gorgeous. It's all that. I'm loving that. I wish that I could get a bath in this particular tub right now. Now, this bath is going to really empower you. It's going to allow you to tap into your very best. But I'm bringing this particular energy because you want to tap into this diamond. See, that diamond is going to really help you to link up with the discernment. It's going to really help you in linking up with that creativity. It's going to tap you into the highest vibration, right? In your thought process. See, this is where you really going to be able to tap into that peacock energy. This is what's going to get you into that energy of embodiment. No doubt. No doubt about that. Now, pairing that up with that yellow, baby, this is going to really amplify that particular energy. No doubt about that. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I almost forgot about Maya Angelou coming through. And I guess this is speaking to all of this betrayal energy with Aunt Nancy coming through. I'm going to encourage that we do us some mirror work. See, after we get up out of that tub and we getting our vibe all the way high up, or even before we get into the water, you allow yourself to be led by spirit. But I really want to speak to this because Maya Angelou is coming through. This is a modern day goddess. She crossed over a couple of years ago. I forget. I know it wasn't that long ago. But she came through with the peacock, the goddess Oshun, and Aunt Nancy. She's coming through to bring her poem, I Rise. So let me recite that real quick. I want to speak that up. Any business still ain't fucking with me. Because we got to embrace this energy. See, while Maya Angelou came into this planet and incarnated when the sun was in Aries, Aries energy is always in support of Leo energy, no doubt. And so now that we got these retrogrades that's going down in Aries, this is really about us really making sure that we embodying the most majestic parts of ourselves. And so the goddess Maya Angelou comes through, bringing her powerful offering of Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room, just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides. Just like the hope springing high, still I rise. Do you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, because I laugh like I've got mines digging in my backyard. You may shoot me with your words, and you may cut me with your eyes, and you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I am an ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving the nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Ashe to the goddess, the queen, Maya Angelou, who brought that powerful offering for us to utilize when we're doing our work, when we're moving past this particular energy. This is going to help us in being able to overcome the challenges that we face when we experience betrayals. See, this is a very powerful incantation to speak over water. Man, listen, let me tell you something. Hindsight being 2020. See, I got this whole poem in a frame. I keep it in my room. Now, when I was working in the corporate world, I used to keep it in my office. Imagine how powerful that shit would have been if I would have spoke that over my coffee in the morning, over my tea, however, what have you, over the water I'm drinking as I'm moving about through the day. Woo! Going through, finding the most powerful phrase on there just to whisper it in. But we can do this ourselves, empowering ourselves, especially when we're dealing with such fiery energy. When we're coming out of these particular energies of betrayal and everything, we're being inspired to make sure that we're gathering ourselves, we're letting our light shine. It's so important for our healing process. Understand that. This isn't about surface level confidence, love. It's about building sacred containers for our image, for our identity restoration. which is the reason why I brought about those shadow archetypes, right? Because these are the ways that we hide our light, that we hide ourselves. And so some powerful tools that I continue in working with, the clear quartz, the diamond, they are going to be some awesome allies that's going to help you. Now I have this one here affixed on a silver chain because silver, it helps in dissipating anger, right? This is really going to allow you to really begin allowing yourself to deal with a lot of harsh truths and being able to process it in a way that's empowering you. Now, you know, I'm still dealing with my particular acacia wood, no doubt about that. Now, I took this outside with me today because I needed it to hit that Leo sun. See, now when I put that on, it's hitting in between my throat chakra and my heart chakra, right? Allowing me to speak the true manners of the heart, no doubt about that. Always being intentional, always making sure that I'm embodying. You go on over to prettypriestess.com and get yourself an opportunity to take that archetype quiz, right? Because what this is going to do, this ain't going to put you in no category or no shit like that, right? That's not the way that I designed it and everything. Now, I'm just still figuring out. Y'all know Mercury in retrograde. I can blame all of that shit, whatever, what have you. My lack of knowledge and technology, me trying to work it out and doing the best that I can, all of that. But let me tell you where the true intention is. This is about awakening the insight on how we hide ourselves, how we dim our light so that we'll stop doing that and shine our lights in effective ways. And so this is really encouraging us to check in on these archetypes that I've noticed within me. The shadow, the style pattern, the growth paths that we can go on. And doing that, I'm here to help us by helping us embrace the vulnerability. Learning how we can be unapologetic, reclaiming boundaries, showing up and wearing things that's empowering us so that we can reconnect to our presence, so that we can really be the embodiment, getting out here being the badass we're supposed to be in these streets. Don't forget to make sure you call on that A team up here. Your A team, it consists of your ancestors, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, all of those auspicious energies, them spiritual advisors, let's not forget them, no doubt about that. They got your back out here in these particular streets. Now, this time right now, it's a powerful time to be working with that energy, babe. A powerful time right now. Archangel Michael got your back. When you need courage, you need protection, baby, that's who you linking up with. But the Archangel Gabriel is coming through in a powerful, impactful way. The Archangel Gabriel helps you to recognize who you are, baby, helping you to step into your power, overcoming all of these emotional obstacles and everything so that you can speak your truth and be the truth out here in these particular streets. That's the angel that's going to help you in doing that, the Archangel Gabriel. And so with that, I just wanted to stop through, give us some things that will help us and assist us in elevating our energy, remembering our sovereignty, reclaiming our power, baby, because we all make mistakes. This is that process of growth. We ain't here to beat ourselves up and keep reliving the past and everything, where we sit back replaying what we woulda, coulda, shoulda did and everything, because we know on this particular day, right now, moving forward, this is the way it goes. A new law is in order. A new sheriff is in town, no doubt. And so with that, we go step into our power and we go shine our light in some powerful ways. Get you them powerful tools that's going to help you out, babe. This is going to be a most auspicious time for us during these particular times right about now. And so with that, I hope that it was helpful for you. Peace and light. Peace and love.